Hello and welcome to Sunday Morning Beers. This is the late night Sunday slash early Monday morning edition. We just had, for the first time ever, Finnegan visited the set. It was absolute chaos and pandemonium. Unfortunately, we have to edit that out because of the chaos and the pandemonium. But anyways, we want to back up here. We missed Mother's Day today. So I want to say, wish a belated Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there watching. Certainly to my own mom. Thank you, Mom, for being a great mom. You were a great mom. You're still a great mom. I love you. Thank you for everything you ever did and still do. Look forward to seeing you next week as I'll be going to visit Mom next week. So there will be no Sunday Morning Beers next week. Phil, I guess you had gone to see your mom today, so surely you must have something to say about that. That's really sweet. Your mom is very nice, and she's a really good cook too. What was that dish? When we were at your visiting your mom that last time, what was that dish she made for us? That was really good, really, really good. So that's nice. That's very sweet. Okay, let's start off with talking about. Of course, you wondered about why we're dressed the way we are. It's Wheatstock. Wheatstock today, being Monday, is actually the start of American Craft Beer Week, the mother of all beer weeks. And during American Craft Beer Week, we celebrate Wheatstock, actually Wednesday through Friday. So lots of activities going on for American Craft Beer Week, but certainly nothing better than Wheatstock. So that's where you want to be. And that's why we're dressed up. You know, the tie-dyes and the cool bell-bottoms. We'll get in a little bit more on that. But Phil, that shirt, for you is, it's too big for you. You could have made something, but that's cool. You're in the spirit of things. That's all right. All right, let's talk about the beer. So Wheatstock, we thought it would have been cool to drink a wheat beer. Went through the beer fridge, and there was no wheat beers in the fridge. Amazing. So what we have here instead of a wheat beer is, I think this is called Mork. It's kind of hard to read exactly what that says here. Actually, the brewery is Beer Here. If you can see the label here, it says Beer Here. Mork. Pumpernickel Porter. We had a little cat fight off stage there. Beer Here is actually brewed at Nonia in Grimstad, Norway. And Pumpernickel Porter, stout with spices. Which is interesting since it says it's a porter and then it says stout with spices. So, barley, rye, sugar, hops, yeast, spices. Let's check it out here. Oops, I'm not sure where we got that beer at, actually. You can see it's black in color. Cheers, Phil. Happy Wheatstock. Happy American Craft Beer Week. Has a really nice aroma to it. It's good. It's kind of chocolatey, kind of like a molasses undertone, which would be appropriate for the pumpernickel. It's interesting. It's very smooth. The spicing is nice in there. It's sweet, but not overly sweet. It's would make a really good dessert beer or end of the night beer, end of the meal beer. That's tasty. Phil, you like it too? Yeah. Look for that. Mork Pumpernickel Porter. Very tasty. Alright, so big week as we were saying. Starting Wednesday with the kickoff of Wheatstock. We've been doing it every year. It's a celebration of all things wheat, specifically wheat beers, but we do have a nice, kind of a wheat-centric food menu as well. The obvious wheat bread sandwiches, uh, burgers on wheat buns, but wheat crusted pizza, um, wheat burritos, things like that. Really cool stuff where we can incorporate wheat in there. But the beer, of course, is the important part. Let's start talking about that. It kicks off on Wednesday. We have Happy Pills, which is a wheat pilsner. Very cool. It's actually, we used the yeast from what's the name of that beer? Stella Artois. Stella Artois. So it's a Belgian lager yeast. Very nice pilsner beer, 50% wheat. We also have, now I can't remember exactly which days we're doing which beers here, so let me just talk about the beers. But there's going to be, I think we'll do one on Wednesday, two on Thursday, two on Friday. There's 5 altogether. So we have the wheat pilsner, Happy Pills. We have the Lick My Roots, which is a cask-conditioned wheat IPA, 50% wheat, and to the cask we added licorice root. So if you're thinking, oh, you know, I don't like licorice, let me tell you, they do use licorice root in licorice, but it's subtle with the licorice flavor. They actually add other things in there to kind of pump up that anise flavor that people associate with the licorice. So the wheat IPA, which is a big batch, obviously going to be coming out eventually. Then we have a wheat Bock, not a Weizenbock. You know, a Weizenbock would be that, you know, typical rich maltiness of a Bock, but brewed with the stereotypical, when people think about wheat beers, that Weizen yeast, the banana clove flavor. So, you know, a Weizenbock would have that type of a yeast to it. This does not. This is an actual lager yeast. So, you know, you're really just tasting just the wheat in there. Then we have a Weizen beer with no hops in it. Instead, we used heather tips. That is called, what is the name of that beer? That is, oh yes, the Scottish Moops. The Scottish Moops. Then we also have Red Lizard. Red Lizard, which is an imperial amber ale made with 50% wheat. And I should say that the Pilsner, Happy Pills, that's an imperial Pilsner too. So that's your 5 beers: the Pilsner, the Bock, the cask-conditioned wheat IPA with the licorice root in it, the Hefeweizen with no hops but heather tips instead, and then the Imperial Amber Ale. So 5 tasty beers every night. Now you see how we're dressed up? Every night you should come dressed up too, because we're going to have a sweet, really big prize for the best hippie costume, you know, kind of going with the wheat stock theme. The best hippie costume, big prize for that every night. The beers are going to be tapped at 8 p.m. Just all kinds of just fun every night. So you really want to come on out, drink some great beers, dress up, get in the spirit of things. All of us that work at the brewery, we're going to be dressed up. It's going to be a good time. So you should definitely be there. We'll see you at least 3 times this week. That'll be Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Have a great week. Happy Wheat Stock, everyone. Cheers.